Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Buckle up because what is happening right now in the NFL, especially in the AFC North, is nothing short of historic. Rumors are swirling, reports are flying, and the implications are huge. We're talking about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the division and put the Steelers in a much stronger position heading into the postseason. The chatter is centered around DJ Moore, currently a key player for the Chicago Bears, being traded to Pittsburgh. And the deal, if it goes through, is expected to involve the Bears' third-round pick in the 2026 draft, plus the inclusion of running back Jaylen Warren, who has been an important part of the Steelers' backfield. This move, according to insiders, would do more than just add a star receiver. It would be a strategic move to bolster Pittsburgh's offense, especially their aerial attack, which has shown flashes of brilliance but also inconsistency this season. So let's break it down. DJ Moore, drafted in 2018 out of Maryland, had a breakout season in 2023, amassing over 300 receiving yards, making him one of the top 8 wide receivers in the NFL. His stats are impressive: 8 touchdowns, averaging over 14 yards per reception, and an elite EPA per target of plus 0.20, which ranks among the best in the league. His PFF grade last year was 86.3, placing him in the top 10 among wideouts, and his yards after catch, averaging 6.5 yards per reception, puts him in the top 6 for YAC in the league. It's clear that Moore isn't just a deep threat. He's a versatile weapon who can take over games as a slot receiver or on the outside, providing quarterback Kenny Pickett with a reliable, explosive target. And for Pittsburgh, that's exactly what they need, especially as they look to maximize their offensive efficiency. But why now? Well, the Bears, sitting at 2-3, are in a bit of a transitional phase. They're focusing on their rookie quarterback Caleb Williams, who's raw but has immense potential. Chicago's management seems to be prioritizing youth and cap flexibility, freeing up around $10 million in cap space by moving Moore, who they see more as a piece to rebuild around rather than a long-term centerpiece right now. The Bears are also looking to fix their porous offensive line, which has allowed 28 sacks so far this season. That's a key concern because protecting Caleb Williams is vital for his development. Trading Moore, a proven star, to the Steelers and acquiring draft assets, and a young running back like Warren signals that Chicago is in rebuild mode, trying to gather assets for future seasons, even if it costs them some immediate offensive firepower. On the other side, the Steelers are sitting pretty at 4-1, and they're eyeing a deep playoff run. Adding DJ Moore makes their offense more dynamic, especially given the current issues with their wide receiver depth. They lost Deontay Johnson early in the season, and their other options haven't quite stepped up to fill that void. With Moore, they get a proven, elite slot receiver who can complement their existing weapons, like George Pickens and the emerging Calvin Austin. Moore's ability to run precise routes and make contested catches, 52% contested catch rate last year, which is top 10, means he's a reliable target in critical moments. And with quarterback Kenny Pickett improving, especially with the presence of a true WR1, the Steelers' aerial attack could see a significant boost. Now, if we look at Moore's career, he's been a consistent performer. His 2023 stats were impressive, but his career yards total of over 700 yards and 38 touchdowns show his ability to produce over multiple seasons. His route win rate is around 62%, and he separates from defenders by nearly 2.8 yards on average, making him a nightmare for defenses across the league. His ability to excel in the slot, with a YAC average of 5.9 yards per reception over his career, boosts his value as a versatile weapon, similar to what Stefon Diggs has been for the Bills. When you add Moore to the Steelers' offense, it's like giving them a new dimension, someone who can turn short passes into big gains, create mismatches, and elevate their overall offensive efficiency. But it's not just about the individual stats. The strategic impact of this move is massive. For the Steelers, adding Moore could raise their projected passing yards per game to around 250 yards, a significant increase that would take pressure off the running game and open up more explosive plays. The team's offensive efficiency, measured by EPA per pass, could see a boost of around 17%, which is huge in today's NFL. Pairing Moore with the likes of Pickens and having him work alongside Calvin Austin creates a nightmare scenario for defenses. The Steelers would be able to attack in multiple ways, with Moore's route running and YAC ability creating consistent chunk plays, especially in the middle of the field. And let's not forget the playoff implications. The odds for the Steelers to win the Super Bowl have already been trending favorably this season, moving from plus 2,000 to plus 1,200. The addition of Moore could accelerate that trend, making them serious contenders in the AFC. The AFC has been incredibly competitive this year, with the Chiefs, Ravens, and Bills all looking strong, but Pittsburgh's potential upgrade at wide receiver could give them the edge they need to rise to the top. Moore, with his knack for making big plays in critical moments, could be a key X factor in the postseason, especially in tight games where every yard counts. Now, what about the Bears? Well, they're in a tricky spot. Their defense, ranked 28th in points allowed at nearly 29 points per game, needs serious help. Their secondary is particularly vulnerable, and moving Moore to Pittsburgh might be a sign that they're prioritizing rebuilding that side of the ball. However, it's a risk because losing a player like Moore, even if they get draft capital and a young RB, could hinder their offensive development in the short term. The Bears are betting on their young quarterback Caleb Williams to develop quickly, but that transition is never smooth, especially when you're losing a top-tier receiver like Moore in the process. Plus, their offensive line, which has allowed 28 sacks, needs urgent upgrades, and reallocating cap space to rebuild the line might be on their agenda. Back in Pittsburgh, the mood is one of cautious optimism. The team has been playing well, but they know they need to maximize every opportunity to tighten their grip on the division and make a real push for the Super Bowl. Adding DJ Moore isn't just about boosting their offense, it's about making a statement. It's about showing the league and their division rivals that the Steelers are serious contenders, that they're willing to make bold moves to get back to the top. The fans are already dreaming of another deep playoff run, and with Moore on board, those dreams feel a lot more realistic. Looking ahead, if this trade happens, it's going to have ripple effects across the league. The AFC North will become even more competitive. The Ravens, Bengals, and Bills will have to contend with a Steelers team that now has a bona fide star receiver, someone who can change the complexion of games. Moore's presence could also elevate Pickett's performance, giving him a true go-to target in critical moments. The chemistry between quarterback and receiver, developed through practice and game-time reps, could turn into a lethal combo that defenses won't be able to stop. And let's not forget the historical significance. The Steelers have always been a team that values star players, especially those who can elevate the entire offense. Adding a player like Moore, who has proven himself in the league as a top-tier receiver, fits perfectly into that philosophy. It's reminiscent of the Steelers' past moves where they brought in key pieces to make a championship push. And with the AFC now looking more open than ever, this move could be the catalyst that propels Pittsburgh back into serious Super Bowl contention. So, fans, keep your eyes peeled because this isn't just a rumor anymore. It's shaping up to be one of the most exciting storylines of the NFL season. The potential trade of DJ Moore to Pittsburgh, involving the Bears' third-round pick in 2026 and Warren, could be announced any day now. If it goes through, it'll be a game-changer, not just for the Steelers but for the entire league. It's a bold statement, a move that signals Pittsburgh's intent to dominate and return to their rightful place among the league's elite. The AFC North just got a lot more interesting, and the Steelers are right in the center of it. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe DJ Moore can be the missing piece that finally pushes Pittsburgh over the top? Are you excited about what this means for Kenny Pickett and the offense? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news because this story is far from over. The NFL offseason is heating up, and the Steelers are front and center in this wild, unpredictable league. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's go Steelers!